Alright guys, sorry for the mess. I just want to start documenting my restoration. I bought a 15th anniversary Trans Am, one of only 1,500 made. They have specific white leather interior pieces. The steering wheel, the the brake handle, the shifter knob, and also the map pocket. Let me go over here and show you the map pocket. There it is. So they're all specific to the 15th anniversary. This came out nice and clean. It's kind of yellowed over the years and I can't get the yellowing out. So if you guys have any tips, let me know. I don't want to paint this just because it's got that specific writing on there and I don't know how to duplicate it. But I think I'm just leaving it. I do have an extra though too. I might mess around with if I can make some vinyl decal to replicate that in blue. I might just paint this one white to match and put the decal on there. It'll be close enough. But I don't want to touch this original one because it's really clean as is. So yeah, these are my 83 pace car Recaro seats I'm restoring. I just stitched new fabric. I still have to get the hog ties to tie that in. Here's what they looked like originally. So you can see the difference there. There's a lot of this old suede cracked on the front seats. It's got holes all over the place. The leather was cracked on the front seats too. The back seats were still intact. It's just so dried out and nasty looking. So nice fresh fabric. It's not the most identical color, but I'm just gonna wrap the door interior pieces with the same fabric too, just so they match. I have one of those door panels over here. I got a bunch of junk around. You can see back here is one of those interior panels for the pace car. I'm gonna restore that in the same fabric that I used on the seats. That way everything matches. Right now on there I have a dash pad that's from like the 85 to 92 style, and I actually just picked this up not that long ago. I'm just keeping it covered, but it's an original 82, 84 dash pad in great shape, no cracks or anything. It's got that 2-rib design on it, which is specific to the 82, 84s. Like I said, the dash pad that's on my pace car right now is in good shape. It's just a later model, and I'm just being picky on this and just wanting to have the original style dash pad back on there. So I found it for a pretty good price. Seeing it, you really don't see them too often anymore. I went ahead and grabbed it. So this is also, I'm working on restoring a rim for my 15th anniversary. I'm just trying to clean it up. I mean, it's just, they got pitting and it's just, you can see the finish is kind of gone. Probably what I'm going to do is keep this lip as original as possible, just because I don't want to mess around having to paint the blue stripe on there again, but I'll repaint all this white, get it looking fresh. I mean, this 15th anniversary I'm doing isn't going to be a show winner. It's just going to be a clean cruiser. It's all together. I'll end up posting more pics and vids of that. This is just my first video. I just wanted to really document some of this stuff now. I'm a big 3rd gen guy. So, I got my 15th anniversary, I got my 83 pace car, and then also a 92 Formula. So, they're fairly rare birds. I enjoy having them. So I got them for good prices. So I just want to try and fix them up the best I can. And then over here, what I was doing was painting those interior pieces. I used this SEM or SEM, I don't know, color coat. It is interior paint. It's supposed to be flexible so it doesn't crack or anything. Although the leather on here is rock hard. It's not like that's going to be moving anytime soon. But I figure I'm going to freshen those up. They were so gone and worn. They pretty much turned gray. I hate to have to paint an original piece, but it is what it is. It's getting it back on the road and going again. I got a bunch of parts. There's some fake hubcaps, fiberglass ones. Bought on eBay for like $300 for the whole set. Once they're painted and smoothed out, they look nice. I'm using a set of these on my pace car right now. Again, I'll post pictures and vids of that too. It's, it's heading into winter now. It's December, so it'll be a couple months before I get videos of it. But I'll post some pictures too in the middle of the video, just so you guys can see that. And yeah, so that's what I got going so far. Just seeing how these pieces will come out and go from there. Again, sorry for my disaster mess of a table, but we'll see. We'll see how it comes out. All right, guys. So I grabbed a few more things from my 15th anniversary. I grabbed the steering wheel. I separated the horn cover from the metal that's underneath it, just because I'm going to paint it. I found that this stuff was painted before, because after I started cleaning a couple of the other pieces, the handle and whatnot, I found that it was actually painted before. And it looked like it might have been, because the color was just way too gray than what it should have been. I mean, look at the drastic difference. And this is darn close to what it should have been. But this was just so gray. I didn't understand why it discolored like that. And you can tell on the steering wheel, you can see these marks here. That's paint. So somebody had painted this before. So that explains a lot. Because I was wondering why it got so discolored and I couldn't restore at least somewhat of the original recolor. But that's okay, because I'm going to paint it now what it should be to match this. The steering wheel is in good shape. It's just got one piece missing up here. It's kind of got a chunk missing. I might try and do something, just because when I drive the car, my hand doesn't chill at the top. That's just from sun damage. But since my hand's really not going to be up there, I drive with my hands on the side. I think I'm actually just going to put a little bit of Bondo in there and smooth it out. And I know Bondo's not flexible, and this is, rubbery. It might make it look better. Like I said, I'm not really touching it up there. So if it looks good cosmetically, then I'm good with that. And the black around here is good. That's some more of that gray paint that they got on there. So that's definitely a telltale that they painted this before. But I'm just going to clean up the black as is. A little bit of rust on that spoke. I'm just going to sand that down and probably repaint that. I have a semi-gloss black I'm going to use for that. That should be good. Even though it's kind of like a crinkle paint, I could get crinkle paint. I'm not going to go that crazy in detail. It'll look good. For this horn button, the nice thing is I took this out because this centerpiece, if you can see, if you squeeze it, it actually pops out. It's not secured in there like it's let's see, oh, there it goes. Okay, so that just comes right out. There's no adhesive or anything on the back, so that's going to make it easier to paint. And look at that, that's the original color underneath. It kind of yellowed, still over time, but it's much closer to the pieces that I'm painting. I actually like the pieces that I'm painting. I think it looks nice. So I'm going to paint that. Hopefully when I go to squeeze this thing back in, the paint doesn't crack or anything, although it's supposed to be flexible paint. Again, I'll show you guys what paint I'm using for that. But I'm going to clean these pieces up and then scuff them lightly, just with a fine sandpaper, just very lightly, just to kind of break up the surface a tad, just so the paint can adhere to it. That's what I did with these pieces, and I feel like they came out nice. I'm happy with how they came out. That'll look good. And then I grabbed one of the seats. These are the seats that say Trans Am on it. Pretty cool. They're in good shape. They really are. I'm just going to scrub them down, see how clean I can get them. I'm not reupholstering these seats because you can't find this fabric anywhere. But that's what I got going on for that. I also got, this is for my pace car. This is one of the back seats. I pulled off the seat cover for that. I'm going to strip this and start making these, use these as templates, start cutting the new pieces. start putting this one back together. Here's my almost finished seat. I got the hog rings now. I'm going to put the hog rings in there. And I just got to add this back piece and then wrap it all around, and it'll look nice. So, so I'm happy with that. Again, it's much lighter than how it looked from factory, but I like how it looks. I think it's going to look nice. I think that'll really look sharp. But yeah, those look good, and I will give you an update. Oh, let me show you the paint again, just so you guys see what paint I'm using. It's this SEM Color Coat Super White. That's what I'm using. Flexible coating for interiors. So I think it looks pretty nice. And then for the steering wheel on the black, I'm just going to be using a semi-gloss black. So that way it doesn't look good when it's shiny, it doesn't look good flat, but the semi-gloss looks nice on those types of pieces. Nothing fancy, just Rust-Oleum. Looks good enough for those small pieces. Nobody would be able to tell. So I'll give you guys an update once we finish with that.